Cher, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's great to have you here. And I want to ask you first about something that maybe not so many people know about you, and that is your conservation work, Free the Wild. You're a co-founder.
Right.
And yes, the pictures went viral. You rescued and rehomed an elephant.
Yes.
Why? Where? What made you do that?
Well, I didn't plan to at all. The kids on my Twitter feed started sending this thing, and it was Freak of On. And I thought, well, okay, if I don't answer, they'll just stop. But they didn't. And it was in Pakistan, and I thought, I'm just an entertainer. How am I going to go to Pakistan and free an elephant? We had to work through 2 administrations. And when Imran came in, everything got much easier.
That's the current Prime Minister, Imran Khan. So how long have you been working on this?
3 years.
Wow, that is dedication.
Yeah, it just, as we started doing it, I wasn't going to give up. So we went to Pakistan, and we saw him. He was beautiful. That you wish will come true. And we started meeting the Pakistani people, and the people were so nice to me. And then
did they know you as Cher the entertainer?
I don't know. I don't think they did. It was a teeny little place. I mean, like that.
And then the elephant was airlifted to a refuge.
So then he landed, and we were all on the tarmac, and we were excited. And then there was a 5-hour drive to the sanctuary. And so I could see him, and in Islamabad, he just did this. That's all he did. That's what elephants do when they're traumatized. They move their head and they move their body. And once he got into it, he didn't do it. And he looked around, and he was walking around, and he was looking at everything and giving himself a dirt bath and talking to the girls.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've had a massive career, singer, actress, now conservationist, and philanthropist. Did you know that the New York Times has named Cher as one of the top performers of 2020 for your performance in the 1987 film, Moonstruck?
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm happy.
I'm in love with you.
Snap out of it!
I mean, do you relate to how they've obviously found something that they respond to in Moonstruck?
Well, it's a wonderful movie, and MGM hated it. They didn't want to put it out. They said, there's no audience for this movie. And we were all proud of it, and we thought, we don't care if anybody sees it. We believe that we've done something good. And then one of the films that they had out fell apart, and so Moonstruck was the only thing they had, so they put it out, and all of a sudden there was this groundswell.
It was one of your first major, you had already been nominated for Best Supporting in Silkwood, which was really a dramatic film. That was amazing.
Right, and I didn't have any part when we started that. He just kept saying, Cher, I want you to say that and go in there, and then I want you to be there, and the part just started expanding like crazy.
Did the acting world take you seriously as an actress?
No. My first job was with Robert in Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean.
Robert
Altman. Mm-hmm. And they told Robert that this is his first time on Broadway, and do not hire her. It is a huge mistake. Do not hire her. And if you know Bob, it was like the first thing he did.
Which is great.
Yes.
I love also, because it really speaks to who you are. When your mother once told you, you're quoted as saying, Mom said to me one day, you should settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
Yes. And I don't know where it came from, but but obviously it's somehow real, because I didn't expect to say it at all, but it just came out, and that's the way I feel.
I just saw you mouthing it as I was saying it. It's obviously almost like a mantra.
Right. And also the kids are always saying it. And I have a T-shirt that shows me, and it says, Mom, I am a rich man.
It resonates.
I think it's a good thing for young women, but I don't know exactly what it means. I don't know exactly, I said it, but I don't know why I said it. I know I feel it, but I'm not sure the reality of it. I don't know where it came from.
Okay, so you don't know where it came from, but now looking back, because this obviously was years ago.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of what you were trying to say?
Yes.
But you also talk about how difficult it was for you as a woman.
Yes.
So maybe
Can't we
subconsciously.
all talk about that?
Come on, then. I want to hear you talk about
All right,
it.
well, yeah, it was hard. I mean, I had Sonny, though. So in 1965, and also we were drowning in America. It wasn't until we came here, you know.
Here to the UK.
Yes, because the people in America hated us. They were so afraid of the way we looked, and we were so strange to them. They were like, And we came here, and it was like, we love you. It was heaven. It was heaven because everybody liked us, and our songs were on the charts, and, you know, and when we went back, people thought we were English.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I Got You, Babe, of course, was
Yes.
the iconic one. I mean, so many, but that one.
But if it wasn't for, you know, the UK, we couldn't get arrested.
I never knew that. I mean, to be fair, when you did the Sonny and Cher show, it was broadcast around the world on American stations in places as far afield as Iran. I mean, I watched it growing up. Tell me how difficult it was for you as a woman, because you've spoken about it, certainly on stage, reinventing yourself. I think there were bankruptcies, there were people who didn't take you seriously,
Yes.
despite all your massive success.
Yes. There was this one reporter who kept saying, she's got 10 minutes left. She's not going to be here, you know, in a year. And finally I said, you know what, dude, I'm going to be here when you're no longer working. And I kept thinking of myself as a bumper car. And I thought, if I hit the wall, I'll come back and I'll go another direction. And I mean, I went bankrupt. It was terrible. Nobody wants to do that. And also, no one wants to think of themselves as like a loser and that no one likes you again. So I just had to keep doing this.
But it clearly was, I mean, in retrospect, I mean, really valuable, and you proved everybody wrong, and it was a source of great strength and success for you.
But you don't know it. Like you're hoping and you're not giving up, but you don't know what's going to happen.
So, well, you know, you just said, dude, I'm going to be here forever. There have been people recently.
Well, it was just a front. I didn't know what it was going to be.
But the thing is, you have been.
Yes.
You have outlived so many of the naysayers, and you're 75 years old.
74.
74 years old.
Give me every minute I can have.
Sorry, I fully agree with you. 74 years old, and critics have said that your voice is as strong as ever.
And it is. And I had my doctor, I mean, it's not like for me to give a compliment. My doctor said, he was looking, you know, at my chords, and then he said, I want to show you something. So he pulled up some chords and he said, okay, these are your chords, and these are 25 and 27-year-old girl chords. And I'm just recording an album now, and I don't know, I mean, it's very unnatural. So this might be my last album. I feel like Tony Bennett and Betty White, you know, but it could be my last album.
Age.
Yes.
There's a very unpleasant story about Witches of Eastwick. I think on your 40th birthday, the director called you up and said the star, Jack Nicholson, didn't think you were young or sexy enough to play the part.
Right.
I mean, what did you think?
Well, I was so... I kept hearing from the director and my agent and the studio, and they would say, he loves you, he wants to come over, he wants to talk to you. And then he would come over and he would say, I want to change your voice. You have to change the way you look. I don't like your walk. I don't like anything about you, really. And I called him, I go, guys, this is not what's happening when he comes over. And he just didn't like me. And then we started working, and we never had a bad moment after that.
He being Jack Nicholson?
No, I've known Jack, okay. George.
Yeah, but it was Jack who apparently, he was trying to say that...
I don't believe Jack said that.
Okay.
I mean, I've known Jack forever, and he could have said that, but then Michelle was the only young one. Susan and I were old. But
that's Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer,
yes,
yeah.
Right.
You weren't old, you were 40 years old.
Yeah, well, now, in retrospect. But no, I was pretty hot at 40. But, you know, it's...
Some people would say you're still hot. And many people would say you're an icon, actually, and not only for everybody, but especially in the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
And that's pretty something. And, you know, you have a son who's a transgender son, Chaz, and Do you think that is what has made you sympathetic to the LGBT community, or did you have that going in? Did the fact
At
that
9 years old, I knew. Like, one day I came home and there were these two men in my living room with my mom and my aunt, and they were doing their hair and they were talking, and I was thinking, why haven't we ever had these kind of guys around? Because these guys are like the coolest. And that was my beginning into the gay world. And we were always this because gay people don't feel like they fit in, and I never felt like I fit in.
how much did your father was Armenian heritage, your mother, I believe, was Cherokee, American
and
Indian.
many other things.
And many others.
Right.
How much did...
I never met my father till I was 11.
No, but you knew that you had all this identity.
I didn't know
You didn't
anything.
know. Did you
my
not
mother,
know that you were
my
American
mother didn't
Indian?
tell me anything until the
Really?
day he walked in the door.
And what about her own background, Native American background?
Well, they would tell me stories about my great-grandmother and how she was tough. From what I understand, she was very, very tough. And so, but my mother really, I don't know why she didn't want to tell me. And then he walked in, and I knew lots of reasons why she would look at me with a strange look sometimes, because he and I have the same expressions, and, we eat slowly, and neither one of us have a temper.
And he sort of abandoned you. Your mother was a single mother, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
He took my mother to Pennsylvania and left her.
I want to ask you again about Chaz, because you see now that there's a massive public debate about how to speak about, think about the transgender issue. And it's quite pointed. There's a lot of cancel culture. There's a lot of, for a lot of people, a lot of difficulty around just even discussing the issue. What do you think of that? You obviously, you came to it really naturally, and you obviously had no trouble.
No,
what do you think
that's
of the
not exactly true.
Okay.
I did. It was very unlike me to, in the beginning, have a problem with Chaz being gay, and it disappeared like that. And then we talked about transgender for many years. And she would say, no, I don't want to do it. And then he said, okay, I want to do this. So, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Like, I remember calling, and the old Chaz message was on the phone, and that was very difficult. But then, you have one child, but you don't really lose them. They just are in a different shape, and Chaz is so happy, so unbelievably happy. And I don't know what the people's problems are. They're fearful, and they just don't understand how to react to it. Some of it's religious. I'm not sure, I'm just not sure why it's such a big thing. And I talk to people, on Twitter, or people come up to me, and I just say, just relax, and you guys will get through it. You'll get through it together.
And what do you think, because you've also been in the middle of this, do you think the debate is open enough? Do you think it's too often shut down?
No, I don't think it's open at all. It's really open with some people, a few people, and just closed to the rest, to the majority. They don't want to do it.
You're very political. You're very involved. You did a lot of campaigning for
Joe
Joe and Kamala.
I've known Joe since 2006.
Really?
Right. And I adore him. I love him. And I'm sorry that they're trying to hogtie him so that he can't do anything, because he's such a great man, great heart. I know everybody knows that. Tough, little temper. And has so many ideas. He wants to do so many things, and they're all good. He wants to do things for the people.
And what does it say to you that it's taken this long, but at least there is a vice president who is a woman, now vice president-elect, and also a woman of color?
Very proud. He's very proud. But why should we be surprised? It's too long to say, okay, we're surprised. What the hell happened? Should have been a long time ago. Women are great. Women are tough, Don't screw with them.
I will back you there. What is next for you? What happens when lockdown ends?
I don't really know. Oh, I'm going to direct a film.
Okay.
And I'm really excited. It's a great film. I kept telling them, get someone better. You know, get someone. I've only directed one thing. Please get someone better. But they keep telling me that I'm the right person. And it's a great film. I can't tell you what it is, but it's
Can you
a
tell us
great
who's
film.
in it?
You're gonna love it. I promise you, you'll love it.
Can you tell us who's in it?
No.
No.
Because mostly it's young people with a great storyline, and I can tell you this, it has something to do with the Rocky Horror Show, but really nothing.
Okay. Everybody's going to be now desperately digging to figure out what it is. Do you have a favorite film of your own?
Well, I guess it's Moonstruck, you know. I really loved it, but I also love Silkwood. I mean, I had no cares, I had no responsibility. I did funny things, I did sad things, but I had no feeling, I had no, I was like a child when they just do stuff, I just had no feeling.
No expectations, no.
No. And Meryl was so great. The first time I saw her, she came up, put her arms around me and said, I'm so glad you're here.
That's really great. Inclusive.
Yes. And I kept unpacking my suitcase. My sister kept packing it, and I kept unpacking it, and I went, how can I go make a movie with Meryl Streep? Are you kidding me? And my sister said, you can.
And do you have a favorite song of yours?
Oh, maybe Song for the Lonely and You Haven't Seen the Last of Me.
And if I was to ask you to sing a little bit now, would you?
No.
No, fine. I always try it,
Okay.
but I really...
But I'm making a new album that's going to be really cool. I can't tell you about it either, but no one's ever done this. And I've been thinking about it for like 10 years.
Nobody's ever done the album that you're going to do?
Yes. I don't know if they just didn't think about it, but I thought about it a long time ago and went, I'm going to do this, and this is going to be great.
On that note, Cher, you won't tell me about your new film, you won't tell me about your new album. I'm just going to have to say thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for being with us.
I'm so happy to be with you.